Good morning, everyone. Thank you for taking time out of your day to join Megan and I as we speak about Ibexis and the We Rise program. I do have a few screens that I'm going to share about what we offer here at IMES just here at the start of the presentation. So again, I want to thank everyone for joining us. And we will have a few poll questions during the webinar. And if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to put them in the webinar questions, and we'll make sure that we get those answered for you today. The first thing that I want to highlight today is our commitment to delivering best-in-class customer service for our agents. And one of the ways that we do this is that we always, or that you'll always be able to reach a live person during our business hours. We strive to answer your phone call with IMES with 2 rings or less. Our new producer builders, or for those of you who are new to us here at IMES, these bonuses are available based on your production level in your first 180 days of contracting with us. We have great levels that you can qualify at, and as you can see, inside each level are some great options for you. We've got incredible business building tools, personal perks for you, and even cash rewards available. If you would like to know where you stand towards your new producer builder, or if you would like to have a conversation about how to achieve that next level, please give us a call or talk with your sales director. Another business builders program that we provide for our agents is our referred producer program. I see a couple advisors on with us today that have already taken advantage of this program. Our business on the wholesale side of the industry is similar to yours in the field, in that one of the best leads that we could ever obtain is a referral from one of our valued producers. This is why we want to make it worth your while to refer a producer to us. That being said, when you refer a producer to us and they get contracted, we're going to cut you a $50 thank you check. And now where the real money comes in is that as your referral rights business, you're going to receive an override on that business. Our ownership team, Charles, Steve, Curtis, and Chris, they sign checks for thousands of dollars every quarter. With that being said, if you can think of anyone that could benefit from doing business with our team, please type their information into that questions box. You can certainly email me for that information. And then below that is our marketing reimbursement program, which is our most popular program that we offer. For every 100K in FIA premium, you're going to get $100 in your marketing reimbursement account. Why this is so popular for our advisors is that we truly consider this to be your money. You have the flexibility of what services, when, and who you use these funds with. It is your marketing reimbursement. We're not going to tell you what vendors that you have to use. We do recommend vendors that we partner with and leverage reduced rates and preferred service. We also have our creative team to create a marketing strategy and provide in-house services. If you'd like to know how much is in your marketing reimbursement account or have a conversation about how to utilize it, just give your sales director a call at our office, and we'd love to speak with you about that. Our back office support is another way that we add value to your business. This is the core of IMES and how Charles Hearing founded us years ago, to be exact, 1986. We want to help the independent advisor work smarter, not harder. We're going to do that with our great business building tools and resources. Of course, advanced case design assistance, life and annuity quotes is an area that we assist with. We're going to get you those illustrations that you request within 24 hours. And I'm going to be completely honest with you. In all reality, you're going to get it much quicker, usually within the hour. Submission to commission support is handled by our new business teams. Mackenzie heads up on the annuity side and Michelle is on the life side. They have fantastic teams who work tirelessly every single day to help you get commission quicker. We're going to scrub your applications, submit them on your behalf, and do the administrative tracking as well as updates on those cases as needed. We do this to ensure that you get commissioned as quickly as possible. This is a service that we provide to our valued producers and how we help you grow your business by keeping you in front of clients while our team handles that back office support for you. Our website, also known as our IMES portal, is a great tool for our producers to use and another reason to work with us over here at IMES. Once you're contracted, we have full access. You're going to have full access to everything that you see on this slide and so much more at IMESinc.com. If you haven't registered for the website, it is very simple to do so. When we are done with this call, you can go ahead and create an account, and we'd love to see you on there. There's a lot of great resources that are available to you, including illustration tools, online forms, product grids, and product news. Industry updates are out there for you as well. Technology is where the industry is going, and Luma is our newest partnership to streamline the application process. Most of our carriers are now on the Luma Firelight eApp platform, so you can go to one site to submit all of your business. It is COVID friendly, and some carriers are going to eApp only for some of their product lines and will also offer extra comp for utilizing the eApp platform. Make sure that you get with your sales director before you submit a paper app if you can earn more by doing the eApp. We do have a full in-house creative team that we can help you help your practice, and a lot of the items are turnkey. Most of our sales resources are white labeled, so you can simply impose your contact information and your business logos onto it. Speaking of your logos, Agency Solutions is our expertise for our team. If you haven't created a full customized brand for you and your agency, we can certainly help out with that. This is going to assist you with name recognition, which grows your natural market organically. And then lastly, digital marketing solutions are a very popular topic around here at IMES. We can help you with websites, social media marketing, email marketing, and so much more. The internet and social media sites are where the overwhelming majority of prospects go to for information. Making sure that you are accessible and represented in those lanes is very beneficial to growing your practice. You can certainly reach out to me or my team, and we'd certainly help you get that ball rolling. We also offer a complimentary marketing analysis for agents looking to explore new sales ideas and programs. Whether you're new to the industry or a seasoned producer, this free assessment can help you boost your business with insights on your website, digital presence, branding, and current marketing activities, as well as recommendations on trusted vendors for everything from lead generation to seminars and social content. We founded IMES Wealth several years ago, and what we've done is grow this division of IMES very organically. We've helped advisors become IARs and pass the Series 65 at a very successful clip. Once you have registered, we will bring great value to your practice with an incredibly competitive fee structure for both you and your clientele. We have great technology and a great investment platform. This has been a major growth sector of our business and assets under management that could be a major growth sector for your business as well. Okay, I'm going to talk about our Life and Annuity Academy. And first, I'm going to pull up our first poll of today. Bear with me just one second as I get our first poll up here. And this is if you would like more information on our Life and Annuity Academy. Having as much participation on this really helps us out for following up with you if we can get more information on our next IMES Academy is actually upcoming this week. It's going to be held in our home office in Omaha, Nebraska. We're bringing in over 20 presenters across industry statewide, and then just very successful agents in the insurance world and life and annuities, over $10 million producers, to give their sales strategies and what marketing programs are working out with them. And our next ones for this year is going to be held in August and October. The exact dates are not set up yet, but yeah, no, thanks everyone for participating in that poll. Let me get that closed out here, and then I'll keep on going. Okay, yeah, but yeah, no, they are 2-day trainings so an excellent opportunity for our agents who are looking just more ways to explore to growing your practice. This one upcoming next week's actually a 3-day, so usually 2-day, but certainly a great tool to grow your practice and give you insights on what's working. We do have an IMES Trek to Quebec trip. It is here in 2025. All points are going to be counted through June 30th of this year. So I know I see a couple agents on today that are very close to punching their ticket for this trip. So if you have any questions regarding that, don't hesitate to reach out to me, and I'd be more than happy to talk further on that. And then lastly, don't forget to follow us on Facebook or LinkedIn. And with that being said, I'm going to change the floor over to Megan. Let me just get this pulled up here.
Thank you, Jake.
There we go.
I see it. Perfect. Give me just a second.
Awesome. There we go. I didn't see your screen.
Perfect. Great. No technology issues. Don't you love it? That's great for a Tuesday morning after a nice long weekend. Before I jump in, I want to make sure to say thank you for everybody. I know crazy, hectic schedules as we move into summer, but I appreciate you logging on and hearing a little bit about what Ibexis has to offer. And I love this evolution through disruption. Ibexis is changing the industry. I love the way that we are growing. I like the products that we're putting out there, some different platforms that we want to make available to you and our IMO partners. So through the course of the next 30 to 40 minutes or so, I want you to become acquainted with who Ibexis is and where we are as a differentiator and from a competitive advantage standpoint. So to start from the very beginning, people view us as a newer entrant into the marketplace, but the reality is our core has been around for a very long time. We started back in 1937 as Sunset Life Insurance Company, operated independently for many, many years until 75, where Kansas City Life came in and acquired those assets, and we then were domiciled under the state of Missouri. Now, Kansas City Life really sat on those assets and didn't do a lot with the business model itself. So in 2021, our investment management team came in and purchased the shell of that company. We were then rebranded in 2022 and introduced product to market. Now, I'm going to come back to this after we get through the products. When I start talking about the differentiator in the industry for Ibexis, it really comes full circle back to this historical timeline. I'm going to come back to it, okay? So with that, though, I do want to move forward. I said in 2022, we introduced product. We do have 3 products right now. The first one that was introduced was our MIGA Plus. We then introduced FIA Plus, and then most recently, at the beginning of this year, the Wealth Defender series. So what I'm going to do for you today, I don't want to get in the weeds. I want to make sure that I explain high level how these products work, why they work so well together from a larger product suite perspective, but then I want to arm you with everything you need to contact Jake. Jake knows these products, IMS knows the products, and they're here to help you find the best product solution. Lean on them. They're great at what they do. So let's start with MIGA Plus. So MIGA Plus, as I mentioned, was the first one to enter into marketplace. And as we develop contracts, as we market them to the field, we do take a little bit of a different stance on market. So this is a MIGA with a twist. We have a 3, 5, and 7-year duration, and you'll see the product ages there. Maximum age 95, very attainable at $10,000 for qualified or non-qualified. Now, in 10% after year 1, it works as a standard MIGA, right? And so you can get a guaranteed rate for 3, 5, or 7 years. We have low band and high band. The differentiator, the marker there is 100,000. You're going to see the rates on the slide. The grid on top, the fixed option, is if you go the straight MIGA route, a good guaranteed rate for 3, 5, or 7 years. Note this is simple interest. Now, the twist. If you have a client who wants a little bit more, wants some growth potential, wants something a little bit with more juice in it, you can put up to 50% of the premium into that index-linked option. So what happens if on any contract anniversary, any given year, the S&P returns the slightest, most minimal amount of a return, 0.001%, then the money allocated to that index bucket is going to get the higher guaranteed rate. And so when you think about from that perspective, it works almost like a split annuity concept, where you have your dollars that are in the guaranteed, the fixed bucket, right? And then you have up to 50% that you can put into the index link bucket that will get you the higher return when there is the smallest amount possible return in the S&P. The surrender charge schedules there on the slide. I will also make note here, and this is consistent with all of our contracts. We have a contract maximum of 1.5 million without prior company approval. If you go over 1.5, it's reaching out to IMS, so IMS can start the conversation with me internally about the situation and the need for a higher premium amount. And again, withdrawals on this one, 10% after year one. I always try to give, let me advance here. It is not advancing. Stand by. I spoke too soon. We were doing so good with technology. Let's see if we can switch screens. Yep, there we go. Okay, so when I'm talking with our marketing partners, when I'm talking with advisors, I like bullet points. I like giving you the words that you need to help sell and market the contracts. I know you've got so many products out there. So when I talk about MYGA Plus, here's the big highlights. Number one, you're going to see your industry leading rates. We are an A-, AM Best rated company since we launched back in 2022. With this contract, you get a little bit more, right? You get a little bit more growth potential if you utilize that extra S&P indexed bucket. I also think if you have that person who is aging in retirement, let's say they're in an FIA right now, they need to get a little bit more conservative, but they're that analytical person, right? They like to see what the market's doing. They like to be engaged. They like to be active. This is a step down in the risk category, the risk spectrum, but they still get that component to play with, right? To give them the upside potential linked to the index. And then liquidity options, 10% after year one at no additional charge. So that's MYGA Plus. FIA Plus was the first FIA that we introduced to the market. And just like MYGA Plus, it has a twist on it. It is not a standard FIA. It comes in a 5, 7, and 10-year duration. I have the ages up there for you. This one is a $25,000 minimum, qualify and non-qualified, and absolutely no exceptions here. I'm putting it out there. The way that this contract is priced is very fine-tuned and honed in. You're going to see why. Because of that, we cannot go under the $25,000. 1.5 million for the maximum, just like we talked about before. And starting in year two, they get that 10% free. So we released this product about a year and a half ago. We realized after we released it, there's some enhancements that we wanted to make right away. And so we put some very client-friendly enhancements in the contracts. Premium bonus, bailout, and annual declared rate. So the premium bonus is available on the 5, 7, and 10-year contracts, 8, 11, and 16%. They allocate to the accumulation value day one. I love that we have an 8% on a 5-year contract. That's very strong. Usually with short-term FIAs, you won't see a premium bonus. If you do, they're usually not very exciting because it's just hard to price a short-term FIA with a premium bonus. So I'm happy with that 8%. The bailout is tied to the S&P. So you're going to see under the bailout base/bonus, when you purchase the contract at time of application, you can get FIA Plus with a premium bonus or FIA Plus without a premium bonus. There's going to be some pricing differentials there. So the base is without a bonus, the bonus is. You're going to notice the base contract is going to be a 5% bailout, which is a little bit higher. The difference there is the cost of having a premium bonus on the contract. The way it works is anytime on contract anniversary, when the S&P at renewal falls below these bailout rates, the client has 30 days to get out of the contract surrender and withdrawal charge free. Now, if they're in a premium bonus contract, you might have a recapture associated with it. But what this does is give an additional safety net to the client. And they don't have to be allocated to the S&P to have access to the bailout. And the annual declared rate is, for all intents and purposes, the fixed account. Okay. I will say the premium bonuses, we obviously get a lot of attention on the premium bonuses for replacement type of business. We do offset surrender charges with premium bonus. I'm going to talk more about that because we definitely have a niche in that business. Now, here's the twist. So with FIA Plus, you can purchase it with premium bonus or without premium bonus at issue, right? You also have the ability, as you move through the contract, to put your returns at risk for greater return potential. For those of you that are familiar with RILAs, it's the same concept with a fixed insurance annuity wrapper around it, which means you only risk your gain in the contract. Your principal is not pierced. That's very important to keep in mind. So here, this is a non-premium bonus contract. So I want you to become familiar with the rate sheet and these floors. So the 0% floor is 100% in the S&P. For the 5-year contract, it's paying 9.25. What happens is as you age in the contract and as you have gain in the contract to risk, you can actually move into the different floors for a higher return potential. So just to show you the difference here, 100% S&P straight FIA contract is 9.25 cap on the 5-year. If they want to risk 15% of the gain in the contract for any given contract year, they could actually return 20%. So remember, I'm getting high level here. If you have questions, ask Jake if you want to get into the calculations and the nuts and bolts of this, but high level conceptual, what this is giving you every year on contract anniversary is a conversation track to have with your client based on their risk return feelings for that given year. This is the non-bonus contract. Let's look at the bonus. It's all about pricing, right? Everyone's got the same dollar to spend in the contract. It's just where do we spend it? So with premium bonus, we're going to give you a premium bonus. You could expect the rates, which we already looked at, the bailout rates, to be a little bit lower, right? So here in our 5-year, we have an 8% premium bonus, which is great for a 5-year contract, and 100% S&P is paying 6.25 for the 5-year. Now, if they go into the 15% floor, they actually will get a cap of 13.75%. And the big takeaway here, I just want you to remember that this is a conversation track. All of these options and functionality to make these movements year after year are in the contract free of charge. Very flexible. Diversify, maximize returns, and minimize risk. This is all around diversification. As an industry, we have gotten very comfortable with 100% S&P allocation. It's a simpler story to tell the clients. The clients understand the S&P. They hear it. They feel close. They're familiar with it, right? The reality is, if we look at allocation, if we look at a diversified approach, we can actually increase their average return expectations while reducing the probability of a zero return. We've created a lot of pieces around this to help with the education for clients and help you to bridge that conversation gap. We have a white paper that was just released. We have a piece that shows in detail what the FIA plus real returns have been. That's extremely compelling. So this is a way for you to have a conversation, actually show the client more return potential while earning the lower probability of a zero return. And how do we do that? we focused on allocating some to that annual declared rate, that fixed account that we talked about. And Jake, what I'll do following the call today is I'm going to go ahead and send you that white paper as well as those diversification sales pieces, so you can send that out to the attendees today as a thank you for joining us. So
Certainly.
we
Yeah,
have
no, I'll certainly send that out.
Good. Perfect. Thank you. So we had MIGA Plus, we had FIA Plus, which was our first FIA to the industry. In January, we just released the Wealth Defender series. And I'm going to make sure to circle back so we know how all of these work together and give you those good talking points. The Wealth Defender series is all about some options that you have for your client to customize the approach at time of application. So they can choose a 5, 7, or 10-year contract. They can either elect guaranteed participation rates or premium bonus. If they go premium bonus route, they can have a competitive no charge bonus or what I call an ultra high premium bonus with the charge. So there are 3 product variations. You have Wealth Defender Bonus, and Wealth Defender Bonus Plus, chosen at time of application. Wealth Defender is all about guarantees and certainty. This is a guaranteed par rate on our volatility control indexes for the entire duration of the contract. That's a big win. So guaranteed par rates for the 5, 7, or 10-year product duration. And then we have Wealth Defender Bonus. Wealth Defender offers a strong competitive premium bonus with no charge. Currently, that 10 years up to 14%. And then we have Wealth Defender Bonus Plus. That's our ultra high premium bonus with a charge. That charge is 85 basis points currently. It is calculated annually, deducted monthly. I'm going to talk a little bit more about that from a competitive advantage when I show you the larger rate sheets. So at time of application, you have 3 product variations to choose from, depending on, are you looking for guarantees and certainty? Do you want a good competitive premium bonus at no charge? Or are you interested in the eye-popping 21% premium bonus with an 85 basis points charge? Now, regardless of which one you go with, you get allocation between all the indexes. You get enhanced value, access to enhanced value when you need it, and we're going to talk about that. And then you get additional peace of mind with the bailout feature. So this contract has the bailout feature that works just like the FIA Plus that I went into some detail about. Whether you're allocated to the S&P or not on annual renewal, if it's ever below that S&P renewal, then you get 30 days to get the contract surrender and market value adjustment free. Let's talk about that enhanced value. So the enhanced value refers to access to full contract value. When I say full contract value, it's important to talk about that with this contract because those premium bonuses vest day 1. Remember, there's 2 product variations that give you a competitive premium bonus or the ultra high premium bonus. Both bonuses, that's tough this morning, both bonuses vest day 1 are included in the accumulation value, which means they're included in your withdrawals. 10% free withdrawals after the first contract year. Confinement waiver is available after the first contract year in 90 consecutive days, and terminal illness works just like you would expect after the first contract year, 12 months to live. The kicker is the ADL waiver on this contract. The ADL waiver is available after the first contract year when they are unable to perform 2 of 6 ADLs for at least 90 consecutive days. This is a very client-friendly feature. So here's an example so I can illustrate why. This individual purchased the bonus plus, which is our ultra high premium bonus at 85 basis points. At issue, 121,000. So super simple example, right? Let's look at year 8. They've been in the contract after year 1. They may meet 2 of 6 ADLs for 90 consecutive days. In year 8, the contract value is the ADL benefit. You get the full contract value of $234,671. Now, this is so competitive because number one, there is no charge for this. There's no maximum withdrawal amount, and there's no maximum age that they can take that withdrawal. So for all of these reasons, this is an incredibly competitive feature. This is one where a lot of advisors are leading with it because you know all the stats. There's only 7%, 8% of Americans that actually have long-term care insurance. So what's going to happen? We're going to have to self-fund it, right? So is that going to pay for all of it? Maybe, maybe not, but it certainly supplements some of those expenses. So the way that it works, we always get the question. We have the ADLs listed. They cannot have any ADL impairments at work, at issue, excuse me. So at issue, they have to be able to do all of the 6 things on the screen. To hit that marker, to be able to utilize that contract withdrawal, it's 2 of 6 for 90 consecutive days after the first contract year. It's going to be a doctor's form to sign off on. And I'm just going to put the warning out there. If we find out that there were ADLs at issue, that waiver will be null and void for that client. The reason, this is a very expensive feature for us, very finely priced. There is not any wiggle room to be taken advantage of, so this is something that we will keep eyes on. It's not available in California, as many of those waivers are not. Okay, I want you to become familiar with the rate sheets. All of our rate sheets, product information, client pieces, the advisor-facing product overview, everything's available on Ibexis.com in front of any firewalls, very attainable. We have the Wealth Defender rate sheet split up into the 3 product variations. This is Wealth Defender. You're going to notice the green. The green indicates guaranteed participation rate on our volatility controlled indexes for the entire duration of the contract for 5, 7, or 10 years. And then we have the bonus contract. You have premium bonuses on the 5, 7, and 10-year contracts. There's no rider charge, no premium bonus charge associated with that. And then you have the caps listed in participation rates. And then the third product variation that you're going to notice is the bonus plus. We have the ultra high premium bonus up to age 70 of 21%. 71 to 75 is 20%. 76 plus is 18%. The rider charge, premium bonus charge, is 85 basis points, again, calculated annually, but deducted monthly. Here's the feedback, and this is available on, this is the 10-year contract only. The HB and LB is high band and low band. Again, that break point is 100,000. So here's the feedback that I'm getting from the field on the bonus plus contract. They love the ultra high premium bonus. The 85 basis points is very evenly weighted between premium bonus, the rider charge, as well as the credited rate. So I'm feeling very good about where we're falling from a crediting perspective. Typically, those rider charges are about 95 basis points. So a 21% premium bonus for 85 is very, very compelling. Now, we did talk about the with the Wealth Defender base contract, the bank partners, the volatility control indexes are guaranteed for the duration of the contract, right? All 3 product variations have access to the same volatility control indexes from our bank partners, Barclays and UBS. And just like FIA Plus, we're talking more and more around and educating on the power of diversification. The reason to have this conversation, It's for a multitude of reasons. It benefits the client. You have higher return potential, a lower probability of those zero returns. It helps our advisors. You have a very difficult time. I know it's not an easy conversation when you go to a client and you have to tell them you've received a zero for this year. You don't have to do that when you diversify, and you can offer them higher return potential. From a carrier perspective, very honestly, very different mechanics when you're looking at 100% S&P versus a diversification, and that pricing goes right back into rates, comp, and product pricing. For all of these reasons, the industry has been moving towards educating on diversification for years and years, but it's to the point to where we really need to make a headway and make some difference. So as I had told you before, I have similar pieces on Wealth Defender that I'm going to send Jake afterwards. I also want to kind of give you guys a heads up since you're on the call today. In the next couple of weeks, we're going to release a new tool that gives you the power to diversify. If you're a contracted advisor with IMES, with us, you can actually go into your agent portal and you're going to be able to utilize an allocation diversification tool, which allows you to choose FIA Plus and Wealth Defender, choose an allocation, and then also find out what does that average return look like? What does the probability of a positive return look like? This is also going to feed through to illustrations and very soon through your application process as well. So we're trying to hit all cylinders to make the education and the marketing of the concepts and this value to your clients as easy as possible for you. Here's an overview. The only thing, I'm not going to spend a lot of time on here. We don't really need to, right? You have the basics on your overview pieces, and Jake can help with all of those as well. But what I want to point out here is finely priced products between premium bonuses and the ADL feature. So make sure you're looking at ages based on a 5, 7, or 10-year contract, whether it's Wealth Defender Bonus, or Wealth Defender Bonus Plus. State availability, I will touch on. We are not available in California with the Wealth Defender or FIA Plus as of yet. We're just waiting on California. We do have Florida, which is a big one for us in FIAs, and we do have South Carolina now. The states listed in the bottom right are the states that we don't currently do business in. And then just to point out from an RMD perspective, we do not allow RMDs in year one. So you want to go ahead and take care of that prior to bringing it over to Ibexis. We're starting a brand new increased comp. This is not a special. This is a change to the comp schedule. So you'll see the street on here right now. This is for FIA. So this is for FIA Plus as well as Wealth Defender Bonus. We added an additional comp for individuals, clients 71 and over. Excuse me, that starts June 1st. And just to note that we are not granting any exceptions. So everything to get that higher comp needs to be dated after 6/1. We do have a producer comp program. What this does was it really rewards FIA production. So this is for FIA Plus. It is for Wealth Defender. It's a 3-tier program, and it's for a calendar year. I'll put that out there. So January to February 2000 to December 2025. It's attainable at $2 million. But what I really like about this program is as you go from one tier to another tier, it's retroactive. So going from tier 1 to tier 2 to tier 3 gives you an extra 50 basis points. But what happens is it's going to be retroactive. So if you're in a 10-year contract, you go from level 1 to level 2. When you hit level 2, you're automatically getting 100 basis points. But we're going to look back at your level 1 production and credit you that differential. We do have a curated trip. So what we're doing for next year, we are not doing one incentive trip program. We have decided to be able to allow you to create your own. So this allows our top 30 advisors to qualify. There needs to be 10 million minimum of FIA premium, and it needs to be paid by the end of the year. When you reach this, our top 30 are going to get $10,000 in travel credit and access to our travel team to have them book a trip wherever you want to go, when you want to go, and who you want to go with. So all of the flexibility is on you to have the trip that you want. I want to just do a high level overview. We didn't go into too much weeds here, but I wanted to paint you a big broad picture of the products and how they work together. So we have the MIGA Plus for those who are a little bit later in retirement. They want the guarantees, they want the certainty, but they also might want that upside potential of the index linked bucket. We have FIA Plus for the FIA client that might want a premium bonus. They want security of the bailout, but they want the flexibility and optionality to have that decision every year, that conversation every year based on their risk return tolerance and the ability to earn more by putting some of their gain at risk. It's also nice for our advisors because it really does give you a nice conversation track at anniversary time, and no additional charge for anything on FIA Plus. Everything's built in. Wealth Defender series, that's for the person who wants the really high premium bonus, or they want the guaranteed participation rates. They want security of the bailout feature, and then they want that ADL feature. They are the ones who want to offset some of those long-term care expenses. So a nice portfolio that really kind of comes together and hits on a lot of different cylinders for advisors and clients. Being a forward-thinking company, this is something when I talk about this, when I talk about why we're different, how we're growing, this really hits home with a lot of our advisors. So I just want to spend 2 or 3 minutes on this. Individuals, carriers started growing in the way that we had started with an asset management team, right? Since honestly, it was back in 2010 or so. Athene was the first one to enter that market, right? I just happened to be with Athene since day one, and so I saw how the growth trajectory worked. And they were the first. Many have followed. The way that we're growing is just very different. If you recall that timeline slide, when our asset management team, InvestCorp, purchased the shell of the company from Sunset Life, we purchased the shell of the company. We didn't purchase all of the assets on the books. And so when we did that, we started from day one. Typically, what you'll see are these new entrants come to marketplace to get those book of assets. We didn't want that. So what happens when you grow through acquisition, you get assets, but you also get numerous systems, a lot of them out of date, overlapping resources, pricing on those assets is all over the board, and so it can take you years to untangle it. And with the older systems, what is not uncommon in our industry is to be able to tweak the system to accommodate a product. So there's many a times when actuaries at carriers come up with these innovative, outside the box, very creative products, but they have to sit on them until their systems can catch up. We started with no assets. We started fresh day one. We had no legacy systems. We've created our own. So when you do that, all of a sudden you can build a company that is forward thinking. That's where the industry wants to be. We are 100% digital processing. The industry has been trying to get there since 2006. We're drawing a line in the sand saying, We're here now. At the very beginning, you even heard Jake talk about how some carriers are increasing comps to entice people to do digital processing. We're saying if you want to do business with us, you need to do the digital processing. The reason for it, when you do digital processing, you can't submit that application without it being in good order. When it comes in NIGO, which still the industry is about 75 to 76% NIGO, not in good order, it takes resources to clean that up. It takes time. It slows down contracting. It slows down compensation. That slows down everybody's processing time. So for us to go 100% digital processing is light years ahead of what the majority of our competitors are doing. And I'm going to show you what that means at the end of the day. Before I move off the screen though, exclusive limited distribution, we decided since day one that we want to elevate our IMO partnerships. We want to elevate IMS and help them be able to do the great job that they do. So as we bring on banks, as we bring on broker dealers, which we are going to do as we increase distribution, it's all under the IMO partnership, the IMO umbrella. So with Ibexis, you're not going to see channel conflict, which leads to internal resource conflict and product conflict. So here's what it means to be 100% digital processing. This is our April new business stats. I get this out to our IMO partners on a monthly basis. So what this does is it tells them very transparently, here's where we are from a processing stat perspective. To issue a transfer case is 20 days. To process and send transfer paperwork is 2 days, and then to issue EFT is 48 hours. Now, to give you a sense of where we fall competitively, the average time to issue transfer cases industry-wide tends to be 33 to 35 days. From a customer service perspective, 28 seconds in April to answer an inbound call, and average abandon rate is 1.02. Honestly, that's a little high. Usually when I report on this, it's under 1%. So just to give you an idea of what does it mean to be 100% digital processing, there is a reason why we do it. It benefits everybody. I do want to show you to make sure you're aware. So our products, FIA Plus has a premium bonus or non-premium bonus version. Wealth Defender has that ultra high premium bonus version. We've become a niche for this type of replacement business. And so what we wanted to do was create a process that was much more efficient for our advisors and our marketing partners. So we created a form fillable PDF that you can send in to Jake or Imes or send it to our internal sales desk. And it'll take you 5 minutes to fill out. But what this allows us to use is our automated tool. So in about 2 hours, we can have a response for you if yes, this is something that we will take, or no, this doesn't make sense. And we're always open to have a conversation with you because there's plenty of gray areas out there, right? But this is going to save you from having egg on your face where you're sending a contract in thinking it's going to go through suitability, but there's a snag, something doesn't quite shake out and you have to resell it, correct? So this will save you all of that time, egg on your face, reputation before you even have to put the product in front of the client. So this is it. You guys have done such a great job. We're coming towards the end, but this is something that I'm very excited to show you. This is something that only IMS has in production today. This is the We Rise and IMS Digital Sales Suite. So as we talked about, the way that Ibexis is growing is different. The products have a twist. They're outside the box. The way we're processing business in our systems, we're coming at it from a different perspective. We're also coming from a different perspective is how can we help our IMO partners? How can we help our advisors? It's not always about product. It can't always be about product. It has to be about the partnership and bringing education, thought leadership, and true value to our advisors. Ibexis will release the We Rise program last year. It stands for Women Executive Rise. It's all about elevating female sales professionals within the independent distribution channel, regardless of what level of the hierarchy they're at, whether they're in an advisor's office as a sales support person, whether it's a female financial advisor, whether it's a female marketer or marketing partner. We are here to elevate female sales professionals, and we're doing that most recently with the digital sales suite. So when you are contracted with IMES, you'll have access to the digital sales suite through IMES and the Ibexis We Rise partnership. What this gives you is 24/7 access to education and thought leadership. This is sales strategies. It's all about bettering your marketing efforts for your business and honing sales strategies. This is not Ibexis branded. You're going to hear from industry sales coaches, workshop facilitators, thought leaders, and industry experts. Just to give you an idea, I have 2 pieces of content. I'm doing interviews today with an individual who's known as the most powerful woman in banking. These are individuals that we have access to just because of where we are in the hierarchy. There are contacts. It's our network that we're going to make accessible to you. It also has functionality to help you engage with your IMES community. In the bottom right corner here, you're going to see a little message tab. This is a screenshot of the home page. Here you can message and connect, ask questions, gain insights from your peers at IMES. And this is something that we want to engage our advisors with too. As our advisors, as our sales associates and marketers have best practices and ideas, we encourage them. Add content to the digital sales suite because we know ideas share and gaining best practices from your peers is extremely important. Content is going to be added every other week, so this is definitely a place that you can save as a favorite, log in as needed, or as you see messages coming up and new content added. So again, we have just launched this. This is for contracted advisors with IMES. If you have any questions, if you want to see more, a demo, if you want to get contracted with IMES, reach out to Jake. And remember that calculator tool that I talked about with our FIA Plus and diversification, that's going to be for contracted advisors as well. So another reason for you to reach out to Jake and IMES. So with that, Jake, I'm going to go ahead and just post my contact information as well as our sales desk phone number in case there are any follow-up questions or needs after today. Thank you all for taking the time. I appreciate it. Jake, I'll go ahead and turn it back over to you.
Yeah, thank you for all of that, Megan. Everything's super insightful. I love the We Rise program as well as the products, especially the Wealth Defender with that ADL, the high bonuses, 16% no fee, 21% with the 0.85 BIP fee, which is already lower than any other fee with a bonus that high. So yeah, no, certainly outstanding products. I'm going to launch our last poll of today, and this is, would you like to get contracted with Ibexis? And that's as easy as registering with IMES, and I can certainly get you over contracting for Ibexis, or if you're already an agent here at IMES, I can certainly get you just send out contracting with Ibexis. And then if you have any clients right now that you need help assist with, I'd be more than happy to run illustrations with the Wealth Defender or premium bonus, or if they want a guaranteed rate, certainly their MIGA series. So yeah, no, thank you everyone for that participation. Also, if you have any questions, you can certainly type those up into the questions box. I know we're almost here to 11, and I want to get everyone on their way on this Tuesday. So yeah, no, again, thanks everyone for their participation in that poll. I guess, yeah, no, I'll get this, the re-recording of this webinar on out to everyone that attended today. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to give me a call or shoot me an email. It looks like, Megan, you went through everything, answering questions, because there's no questions up in this chat box. Is there anything additional you'd like to say before we get everyone on over on their Tuesday?
No, I just want to say thank you again for joining. And Jake, thank you for the partnership with IMES. You guys are great.
Same here. Thank you, Megan. And thank you again, everyone, for joining after this Memorial Day holiday. I hope everyone here has a great Tuesday.